Hello there.
So today we had a huge leak come out for the Fantastic Four that really sets us up for Avengers Doomsday, specifically the ending and the post-credit scene. There's been some surprise changes to the ending that may shock some of you guys, may kind of disappoint some of you guys, may excite some of you guys, and then we have a pretty good report on what the post-credit scene is going to be, including a huge tag for Avengers Doomsday that's really going to build a lot of hype leading us into this next phase of Marvel movies. We're getting into it all in this video. If you guys enjoy my Marvel content, then check out my channel. I have a whole bunch more stuff just like this, and let's get into it.
The Atomic Fair.
Here in the last 12 hours or so, there was a major leak coming out for the Fantastic Four for the post-credit scene because somebody went in, because they held a pretty public test screening that a lot of people ended up going to, because they recently held their final test screening for the movie. A lot of people ended up going to it, and we have some scoops on what the post-credit scene is going to be, as well as the changed ending for the film that may disappoint some people, may shock some people. For me, it's kind of disappointing because I was really looking forward to actually seeing Galactus destroy the Earth that the Fantastic Four are existing on. It still may happen, but according to the most recent leaks, it seems like that is not what's going to happen. So the ending of this movie is apparently us set to see the Fantastic Four ultimately defeat Galactus, sending him off somewhere probably like they did in the original comics when they defeated him, not killing him, but ultimately stopping him and saving their Earth. They're going to fast forward 5 years, and they're going to go back on the Gilbert show, I believe it was called, that they showed in the trailers, where in the trailers we see them initially go on the show and not be able to make it onto the show, or have to get off of the show pretty quickly because of the fact that they have to go and save people. But at the end of the movie, we are set to see them return to the show apparently 5 years after the events of the movie. And then now leading into the after the credit scene, it makes a lot of sense if that leak ends up being true, because we are set to see Franklin Richards and Sue Storm as they're standing there, as well as our first major tag for Doctor Doom. So this is the post-credit scene of Fantastic Four, and this really kind of corroborates and kind of validates this recent leak about the ending, because of the fact that it actually shows Franklin Richards and Sue Storm alive in that same universe in their crib. And this could of course be on a ship as they traverse to another universe, but more than likely this is actually existing on the same Earth. But I'm just going to read you guys the post-credit scene. It says, the post-credit scene is Sue reading to Franklin. She gets up, and then when she comes back, she sees Doom holding his mask and sitting next to Franklin. We don't see his face, only his outfit and mask that are very comic accurate. Also, no Chris Evans. So it seems like the earlier leaks that we were hearing that we were going to see Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans appear in this after credit scene are actually not true. We are only going to see Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom appear, but we are only going to get a good look at not only his costume but his mask, while his face is still going to remain concealed and covered up. I'm wondering if we're going to hear his voice at all or hear him talk. I'm very interested in how this tagline is going to be executed when we actually see it on screen compared to the actual description here in the leak. But this is great because this gives us a huge setup for Doomsday, and with it being delayed until December of next year, it gives us a lot of time to kind of marinate here in the lead up to Doomsday, with Spider-Man Brand New Day coming out, and then potentially even another Marvel movie if SDCC rumors are to be believed. We are going to have a huge slate of movies announced in a third Avengers film, so Secret Wars Part 2 potentially, as well as potentially World War Hulk, Doctor Strange 3, Thor 5. So all of this stuff is going to be meshed in with the release of Avengers Doomsday, Secret Wars, and Secret Wars Part 2. So if you just kind of make the recent Thunderbolts movie kind of the starting point of the lead up to Doomsday, we actually are going to have a pretty solid build up to the film. So I am very excited to see how all of this stuff unfolds. Comment down below, guys. Let me know what you think about these huge leaks for Fantastic Four: The First Steps, because we now pretty much know that Doctor Doom is going to be appearing, and it makes me wonder what that Thunderbolts after the credit scene is setting up, where we see the Fantastic Four come to another dimension or come to their universe. Is that going to be a situation where they are partnered with Doom coming to the other Earth to potentially warn of the incoming incursions and everything like that, or are they going to be escaping Doom after they potentially have a fight? It's going to be so cool to see how all this stuff unfolds. But as we get closer to the movie, I'm going to be covering sharing all of the latest scoops and stuff like that. So if you enjoy this kind of stuff, then subscribe to my channel. And for this video, guys, that is all I got. So until the next one, be safe and stay well. Bye-bye.